Boy, that's much better. Good morning, friends. Mark Holmes here with my buddy Cowboy Joe Boo. And as always, thank you guys for watching, commenting, and subscribing to the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, this literally does not work. Man, welcome to another edition of Don't Sleep on the Dallas Cowboys, where you literally can't sleep on the Dallas Cowboys. Now, our Dallas Cowboys, of course, Phase 2 is just about in the books. Rookie orientation is done. No injuries. Some guys have actually looked really, really good. And here's the thing that I'm kind of glad that they did. They didn't go from 0 to 100 with the rookies. When you think about the rookies, they finish their college season, and then everything is training, getting ready for the combine and everything else. These guys really haven't had an opportunity for their bodies to heal and slow down for a minute. And basically from here on out, these guys are working like crazy. And you don't want to get them in there too quick, too fast at 100% and pull a hamstring. We know hamstrings have been the Dallas Cowboys bugaboo for years. I mean, Lord knows, Sean Lee, hamstring after hamstring after hamstring. So to go through, start working on fundamentals, get their feet wet and things is actually, I think, a really, really good thing that they've done. We've changed our training staff, so maybe that'll make a difference, making sure these guys are stretched out. And apparently, somebody needs to let the dogs out. They're having a hissy fit upstairs. But news on the Dallas Cowboys. Cole Beasley says he's a rapper who plays football. His album dropped this past weekend. Michael Anthony Fitness, my son, will tell you more about his album and stuff, so go check out his channel, and he'll give you reviews and tell you what he thinks on it and so forth. You know, I'm too old to be evaluating young rap. You know, I'm still stuck back in the 80s and 90s rap, you know, old school rap, everything from Sugar Hill Gang to Run DMC and Houdini and Grandmaster Flash and so on. See, you guys don't know anything about old school rap. Now, what's interesting is, speaking of old school, Dorrance Armstrong, undrafted free agent that seems like Rod Marnelli kind of took under his wing. Here's the thing. We have a lot of guys, of course. You've got more guys than you're going to be able to keep. You've got some rookie free agents that you brought in. You've got the guys you've drafted. Well, unfortunately, it's a numbers game. You're going to lose guys that you really want to keep. Danny Amendola was here to start his career, but unfortunately, it was a numbers game with wide receivers, and we had too many. Couldn't keep him. And you see what kind of career he's had in the NFL. So the question is finding out the right ones that fit your system and guys that have a lot of potential. Dorrance Armstrong, evidently, Rod Marnelli thinks has a lot of potential. He has told him to go old school and start studying Chris Dolman film. What's interesting is when Chris Dolman stopped playing, I think Dorrance was probably 2 years old. So we're talking old school. And I actually tell you guys a lot of times to go back and look at some of the old players and things. And I know I watch the games you're looking at that are black and white and, you know, way back when of Roger Staubach and Doomsday Defense. I watch those games live because I'm old. But you guys think that what's going on today is the whole picture of football. But guys, you missed out on a lot. Football was almost a totally different game back in the day. The rules were different, and it was definitely more violent. Believe it or not, it was more violent. The term sack. We look at DeMarcus Lawrence with 14 and a half sacks and think, wow, that's incredible. But the stat being a sack didn't come into fruition until 82. They didn't count it in the NFL. It's rumored that Coy Bacon had 26 sacks in one season. In fact, in his card, his NFL card, it says 26 sacks in 14 games. Deacon Jones, the man that came up with the term sacking the quarterback. You know, it used to be a quarterback got tackled, big deal. No, who cares? But Deacon Jones had this head slap that kind of reminded you of the Three Stooges. He would literally slap the offensive lineman in the head Think about doing that these days. And would get the guy literally off balance, because wherever your head goes, your body goes. And boom, he would be by him. Some experts believe that he had 28 sacks in a 14-game season. But again, it's up for debate because they didn't actually have it as a stat back then. But when you start looking at some of those guys in the past, it's really amazing. And I tell you, rookies, you young football players, look back at some of these guys, some of the things that they did, some of the techniques and stuff that they did. I know some of the stuff's illegal now and you can't do it, but you can actually learn a lot from guys in the past. And that's what they're basically telling Armstrong. We want to see you like Chris Dolman. Chris Dolman was a beast, Hall of Famer. So it'll be interesting to see what he finds out about Chris Dolman and see if he can translate any of that onto the field. Now, we're about to start phase 3 of workouts. And that's when the teams can actually start really getting out on the field. Non-contact, Seattle Seahawks. Non-contact, but they can start doing 7-on-7 and start really beginning to put in the playbook and start really working together as a team on the field. You know, phase 1, of course, is weight training, strength training, and stuff like that. Phase 2 is individual drills and things with the coaches and stuff. Now is when you start putting together over the next 4 weeks. They're allowed to have 10 OTA practices right now, so it's really the opportunity for the team to start coming together as a team and really seeing what guys are going to be able to do on the field. Some of the rookies have looked really good, but again, I caution people that, listen, it's rookies against rookies. We're in shorts and T-shirts. It's not live action, so pump the brakes before we go ahead and get too excited. Foots is real high on Mark White, and we're going to have a discussion with him about that and where he stands and his footwork and so forth sometime this week. Other than that, guys, things are kind of quiet on the Dallas Cowboy front. Oh, one other thing. Seattle seems to be interested in Dez Bryant. Interesting. So the question you have to look at now is, should the Cowboys have tried to use Dez Bryant to help trade for Earl Thomas? Well, too late now. No point crying over spilled milk. I'm Mark Holmes. This is Cowboy Joe Boo, and it's Monday, so I'll see you tonight at 9 o'clock during our live stream. And I got to get to my day job. I'll see you guys soon.